Welcome to the Grand Design Series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 13th of September 1974, which is about 3 months on from the end of the last part. Not that much has changed since the last video, beyond the fact that we are starting to get very close now to getting our nuclear power plant online. We just need to finish off these tracks up through here. So that we can get a rail connection, and then once we've got that up and running, we should be able to get some nuclear fuel out of here. This is the key line here. If I can get this electrified in to here, then we can start to store vehicles here, and then we can get a few things done. I've just noticed that this doesn't have a power supply. That might be an issue, although technically once the nuclear power plant comes online, that will have a power supply anyway. Now, just to give you an update of where we are with respect to a couple of other places, we now have our first kind of accommodation block here. So we are working steadily towards having our workforce out here. Now, I've got 2 blocks here which I can allow people to move into, but at the moment I'm kind of holding off because I'm hoping that we may be able to start getting some population into here, but you can see we've still got a little bit of work to do in this area so we can get this town built. And we have now started producing a limited amount of prefabs here. Just going to increase that workforce a smidge so that we can start being a bit more independent from this point of view. Beyond that, things are reasonably okay. I have got a little bit of a problem down here with respect to fertilizer and biological fuel, or biological waste, because what's happened was that these were getting too much fertilizer, and what that resulted in the fact that this, as you can see here, filled up with fertilizer. So what I've done is I've set this distribution office up. I've ordered a couple more trucks, but it's going to take a little while to get here. And what we are doing is picking up the fertilizer so that we can actually take it up to this farm here, because this farm here is got no fertilizer in at all, which is not good. And you can see here we got these trucks are just starting to come in and get ready to pick up. Where's the gas station? The gas station is here, which is a little bit far away, but there's not much I can do about that. Our area over here is slowly coming together, so it's not going to be long before we need to start sending some of our rail construction trains out this way. I've finally got this done with a little bit of kind of hokey pokey, and what I want to do is we're going to, where is it, where's this, we're going to copy all the tasks over to this one. There's no trains in it at the moment, because what I want to do is we've got mixed wagons in here, and what I want to make sure, actually we're going to rename you because it's quite a long train. I'm going to call you crop transfer. And so this one, we're going to remove all references to anything that does not move. Yeah, grain storage, dump with claw machine, don't want this in there. Grain storage, grain storage, grain storage, and we don't want that there. Cloverton grain storage. Yep. What are you? You're coming in there. Then we got Cloverton grain storage. Yep. So what we need to do first is try and get a train in here. And what I'm going to do is, rather than send trains and wagons separately, I'm going to do what I've done in the past. I don't know if I've got, because we're going to need an electric train. We've got electric train here. And what we're going to do is buy some, and this is one thing that can be a little bit of a pain in the neck. I don't think I've got anything better. I've got a boxcar for crop. That's for meat. That's for dry bulk. We're going to stay with the bulk game. A bit vehicles, I think. Oops, turn that off. Cargo. Wagons. We've only got 2. No, we've only got the 1 boxcar here. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what we're going to do is set you up to go to there. Load these up. And come here. And what we're going to do, and the other thing I am also going to purchase is an electric train. I suppose you're still the best. Don't know, we got one here. That's 160. You're 120 and a little bit cheaper. But this one's more powerful. That's even more expensive. That's 160. We've got an S-Class. And that's 17 meters. That's 19 meters. You have 33 meters. I don't want you. I think we'll get one of those in. And all I'm going to do is move these in. While that's kind of going, what I'm going to do is, now one thing I want to do, at the moment we're still building out roads here. I'm kind of thinking that I want to develop this area as well. We need it to develop it so that we can kind of pick up the oil from this area, because this is quite a big patch of oil that I want to exploit. Although we're going to need to get a vehicle out here so that we can do some leveling. I'd also like to level out this area a little bit. Now it's going to take a little while to get these out here, and we've got a bridge here. What I'm thinking is we build a temporary wooden bridge over here to get you there. I'm trying waiting too long. Just gonna get you got a mud road out to here. So to about there. This is all totally temporary. And then what we will do, because I'm gonna need to do a lot of leveling out here, simply because what I would like to do is, well, a couple of things. The first thing I would like to do is put in a town around here, which will ensure that none of this burns down. Then we've got to work out a way to get the oil back to the oil refinery. I'm also thinking that we got a little bit of flat area out here, and what I'm kind of, if I can get this leveled out enough, that we might be able to put in a centralized waste disposal area here for all our future towns. Anyway, I've lost the road. Where did that go? There it is. Of course, we need to put in a free gas station here as well. But of course, we can't do anything until this has been built. Although, to be honest, it won't take long to build it, because this is why I've deliberately chosen this very short distance. I think we'll get the helicopter crews on this. Then I'm going to bump the priority. I know it's going to be a bit detrimental to this area. How is the unemployment in this area? Let me just see. Yeah, we've still got fairly high unemployment in this area, so I'm kind of reluctant to bring in people at the moment because unemployment causes problems with crime and stuff like that. So in a way, leaving these group here languishing is probably advantageous. Now, up here, as I say, we are still building in this area here because we don't really have the workforce or anything here. I mean, ideally, what I'm thinking is that if I can, once I finish the nuclear power plant, then I can divert a couple of helicopter crews up to here, because at the moment we don't really have the workforce. Let's just see what the unemployment here is. It's not massive, but I don't think I can get another apartment block in here without causing problems. Because the problem is, if I keep building, this is one of the problems that can happen with the game, is that if you just pause the game so I can talk, this is one of the problems that you can develop, is if you let the game push you into building more and more apartment blocks, what can happen is eventually the apartment blocks, you end up with lots and lots of unemployment and stuff like that. We got the food store there. I think maybe we can sneak on one more block here. If I could get a footpath through, it'd be great if I could. Yeah, if we can get you through to there, that might improve the distance. There we go. They cover most of the area. Yeah, I think we can afford one more block here, so we'll get the road crew working on these for the moment. And then we can fill this area in here. So many things to do, so many things to do. Got a new vehicle, that's a plane. Train waiting too long. Yeah, that's cleared itself. Okay, let me just see. No, of course, I need it to repeat. Got that. I should have. How many more have we got here? Shouldn't take long to do it. Actually, we got 2 more. So if I buy 1 more, that will make it a little bit more useful. Cargo wagon, let's buy 1 more. We are certainly going to need to work on getting some vehicle manufacture. We may need to shepherd this train through the... Yeah. So we're just going to do it. And the main reason I'm doing this is to show you how fiddly it can be, especially as your economy grows, to manage these trains. It can be a little bit of a problem. And what we're going to do is, this is all very much part of the micromanagement of the game. Okay, what we're going to do is just follow this train out. Because it's a slightly overlong train, so it may actually cause a problem. So we're just going to keep an eye on it to start with. And probably also the other thing that occurred to me the other day, I was kind of thinking that now the devs are working on an early start DLC, I do wonder whether there might be a future a DLC beyond that. I'm not talking this year, I mean it could be a long time in the future, but that DLC would then be what you could call future tech, like space rockets and things like that, but The other thing that occurred to me is maybe having some high-speed rail. And I think that'd be pretty cool if you could lay some high-speed track. Maybe not for goods, but maybe for passengers or something like that. So you can get some high-speed rail running. Anyway, I just want this train to get into the depot because I want to see whether it will kind of fit in and that it actually works. My main concern is this area here, right here. What that should do is activate all these. What I'm going to do to begin with is we're going to reduce you to 50% and the other ones can stay. We won't deliver to close prayer, or we'll transfer that responsibility to this office here. What I will do is bring in another train. So we got, this is the 350 oops, electric locomotives. Where is it? This one here. So we'll get a second train in there. I'm not going to rush it from the point of view of getting more wagons in for the moment. We'll see how it goes. This is now emptying, which is good. We getting... Okay. This is our little fertilizer truck here. I think what I can do now, yeah, we're gonna remove you. Actually, no, we'll leave it that way for the moment. Trouble is, at the moment, this dump with claw is set to that, but if I change that to that, it won't. This will be a problem. I need to empty that out a lot quicker because we do have, wow. I think we're gonna have to do a bit of a kludge here for the moment. Biological waste. We're gonna export the biological waste, I think. Actually, what we can do, I think maybe this might be the better option. Oops, no, not that. Remove you. Unload biological waste. Because yeah, I think that might be. I've got a feeling that we may have to put this this down to a failure. So what we may have to do is send the biological waste to there, but maybe leave a little bit here. I'll try and sort it out later on. Now, another potential problem. There's always a potential problem. Is, if I can find it, is that we are now kind of running so much through the steel mill here that we are running out of iron ore. So what I did off camera is I managed to squeeze in this this here. So we got gravel there, and we're gonna put iron in here, and I managed to get the direct connection into here. So what we could do is we start to produce surplus iron somewhere, which is, if I show you up here, which is another reason why we're coming up in this direction, is that we've got iron in this valley here. So what we might do is, once we've actually pushed the expansion out this way, we will then start to, how can you put it, we will then maybe produce iron, which will then flow back into these areas here. So we've got a lot of things to think about and do. This is not assigned. Okay, I need that done. Train. Yeah, have you got... Okay, these guys have run out of work. It doesn't surprise me. Right, the first thing we're going to need to do is... That has to be the number one job. That comes out that way. I don't really want to go that path just at the moment. Oh no, that's separate, isn't it? Right. Yeah, number 2. And I want you on that there. Say this waste up here is not quite so important. But what I would like to do is get this line finished and get some trains on it. Now we're getting so close to getting a connection. Oh, looks like we've actually got a... This is about power supply and drinking water. That's not particularly very good. So we may need to put in... We're going to need to put a power supply in here. But what I do want to do now is look at some train sets. This one's got a top speed of 120, which is compatible. No, 150 would be nice. Now you can get an idea of why I wanted to keep the passenger lines separate. 416, 654, 325. I think we're going to get... Okay, I had a feeling that would happen. This is the reason for that is that if we come to here and we come to here, we look at train sets. You can see there are no train sets listed here. So what the game is basically telling us is that it can't find the train set because it always looks for the nearest custom shed. So what we're going to have to do is come down to here. Train set. What was the one we were after? 416. This one for 7 million. 120. This is 506. I think 416 passengers is probably more than enough. I mean, we could do it with ordinary trains. I mean, that's another possible option. So if we look at, say, passenger wagons, we can run with these. I'm not exactly sure why we've got a box car here with 40 passengers in. Now the advantage with using these is we could get smaller trains but with a faster speed. I think, let me just think about this a little bit. Maybe let me just see how many workers would we need for up here. This is 80, and then actually it would be easier just to look down here. So that's be 280. Add another 60, that's 340. Add on another, no, add on before 20, 50, 120, 240. We could probably do it with short trains, but we would have to assemble the trains in this one here. Although, to be honest, I like the idea of the train sets. Actually, I think what we can do is we'll start with train sets and see how well they go. And then if they don't work, we can use the train sets for the what we call it, for the steel mill, because we all need a lot of workers in there. So maybe we'll start with train sets. Now, I'll be completely upfront. I've never really used that much in the way of train sets. So if we get 1, 2, 3 of those. What on earth have we got here? We got a couple of trams here. Why are you here? I don't recall buying any trams, but maybe for some reason those trams were repurchased or something like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is get the train sets up to here, and then we'll set the route up to pick this up. That means we need to start bringing in the workforce. So let's start to bring you in. How many of them we got now? 700. Unemployment too high. Yeah, well, we're going to fix that. How are we doing? Game, can you... Is there a train on the way? Again, part of the problem is the run out is so long now. We will need to do something about the rail construction offices in the long term. The question, actually, something I hadn't considered, is potential range of to get into here. Let me just see if I put a... We're probably going to need to go to a footpath with lamps. Actually, if we we'll put a footpath with lamps there. Will this... No, it's not going to just come out the back. Is that connected? That's connected. How far can you go? You're 364. Oh, it's very close. Right. I don't really want to go under there. If I actually remove you, if I put in an underpass there, and then put another underpass about there, go underground. Okay, that's not going to work. Let me just delete that. Push you back a little bit. Actually, underpass might not be such a good thing. Just had another idea. Come here, remove, work, remove you. Oops. What we're going to do is do an overpass with steel. Something like that. Put you about there. Angle connection is too sharp. I'd like this to be maybe where... This is the reason why I don't actually like footbridges that much. Tunnels are far more flexible. Okay, we've got a connection there. Accept you. Remove you to there. Push you to there. Right, our provisional footpath. Put this in. We have to go for asphalt. Go there. Right, we got a connection there. 396 from that one. that is going to work. That means I don't need any buses to get into here. Okay, I'm happy with that. Comes our first train set. A little bit longer than I thought it would be, but we'll take it. Yeah, this is the trouble with train sets. They can be a little bit lengthy. Come on, game, you can build it. Okay, this guy is just about to finish this line here. Heating problem. What's that? Yeah, fire station. Right, train set. There. There. Where you will load workers. Now, I'm going to run it blind to begin with. Simply because I want to make sure that the track is actually working. Because this is very, very significant. And we're just going to run through down into that, all that. And we're going to run you into there. Just make sure it's the right length. Yep. The other reason for doing this also is I want to see... Oh, great. What's causing the problem here? Oh, because we've got construction trains coming down here. This is the construction train that was returning from the doing the actual build through the tunnel. Now, in theory, that shouldn't happen anymore because this is an exclusively passenger line. Although we will need to put signals in. But I just want to make sure this is kind of working first. And of course, we're going to go through the tunnel. Come out to here. Yep, that's looking good. Right, train waiting too long. Let me just back to our town. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to let the workers into here. What that should do is, okay, let's see where that train is. Okay, we've got a mess up here. Let's get back up to here. We've got a second train set, hasn't. Wow. I think we might be able to get away with 2 train sets, but I'm not exactly sure why we haven't got... I think we only really need 2 because the line is relatively short. Why are you not letting me... want you into there? No, it's still telling me that the train is in there. Okay, let me just get... I think we might be able to get away with just 2 train sets initially. I just want to follow the train set again. Ah. Right, you've got 143 workers on board. Now obviously we've only got a fire station out here with some bits and pieces on, although technically we do have the... It looks like they're all off to the power station. Okay. And we are producing water, not that we've got massive amounts of water here. Right, what I want to do now is we got these bus stops, these buses. Oops, don't think I've got a depot around here, have I? So I don't think I actually built one. Yeah, maybe I do need a vehicle depot in this area. That would make life a little bit easier. Something I've kind of tended to forget about. Right, what we're going to do is pick these up and we'll send you to there. And then what that will do is kill that route. So effectively we will get the train running here. Okay, let me just see. Now we've got all the waste people in here. Yeah. Temperature too low. We've got no nuclear fuel yet. We need to build this in. We just check here because right, shift, right, that is all done to there. Has this been upgraded? It's just that. This needs to be built. That needs to be built. That needs to be built. Right, let me just check where my trains are. Construction trains, sorry. Get out here. Where are you guys working? You've got nothing out here. So what's going on? You can come there. I think I'd like to prioritize that if possible. Got a third train out here. I can't get to that. Okay, we just have to manage the trains out here. One thing I am going to need to do is put some signals in. Right, we're going to put a mixed signal there. Chain signal there. And of course, what we're going to need to do is section this track up a bit. I think I've already got signals in the tunnels. These are two-way, but we don't want to mess with those. That can go there, that can go there. Because of course, if we've got multiple trains running on this, we need for them to be able to run. Whoops, wrong way round. Should have done this before I probably remove view, but chain signal there, an out signal there. And just get the second train on there. Now we may have a problem here. Right, this building doesn't have a power supply. And this doesn't have a power supply either. So what we're going to need to do is drop a power supply into here. I think those guys would be okay. So we're just going to kind of sneak a power supply just on this corner here. It might be a little bit too close to there. And then you're going to need to come along there to there. Get you on there. High priority. Okay, so what's the unemployment here? Yeah, 114 people without a job. That's not... But we can rack this up a bit now. Now we will need to sort out the garbage. We've got technical services here. Now, because we've got a workforce going here, we... right. We do need to get some waste collection sorted out here now. Something else I haven't considered. I thought I told you to... I don't want you. I told you to stop. Why didn't you stop? It was all my offices are filling up. Get rid of that line. I'm going to start, actually going to bring on, start working down the line this way now. We'll start by bringing one factory online. We are going to need chemicals. So we will need to bring chemicals into here so that, well, we've got chemicals here, but I think the moment this is being delivered by a local distribution office down here. But eventually what we will do is actually just says the, have you got water? Is the waste pollution line connected? Yeah, but you're not actually doing anything at the moment. But that's down to the fact that we've got to build in these lines here. It shouldn't take them that long. The main problem is going to be this building out to here, but it shouldn't be a problem because we're going to run a manual train here. Kind of, I think we'll make this into a waste services. We'll call it nuclear waste here. And what we're going to need is some waste trucks up here. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 of those up here to begin with. I'm not going to allocate. Actually, we better allocate. Actually, come to think of it. Right, we're going to need hazardous waste. Actually, we don't. What we this is W O C L A Z I E N hazard waste. So just allocate them as we go. Let's say to begin with, this one won't need that much. What we will need here is we're going to have mixed waste from here. This building without power supply, we'll have to do something about that. Okay, I should have deleted it this way last time. Mixed waste. And then this one we'll rename it's a bit odd really, it doesn't always act anyway. And we'll L-Z-I-N construction waste. Now that, so this one's going to be construction waste. This one's going to be mixed waste, and technically that's in the moment that's all we're going to take out of this area. Eventually we may take out something else as well, but I'm going to need to put in some waste collection here. How much output waste have we got here? Internal 6.5 tons. I've got no idea what type. Now we're going to get nuclear waste out. That's actually, come to think of it, we need that built ASAP as well. What is this? This is the water switch. We're going to, I'm going to put a silo that's under that. We might be able to get you tucked in there. I think I'm going to bring in a extra fire truck in here now. In fact, I'm going to bring in two extra fire trucks here. We've got the workforce and we can give them something to do. Anyway, we're reaching that point in the video where we are kind of running out of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and check, because we're on the 25th of November. So what I'd like to do is run through and see if we've got anything else here. Are these trains actually doing anything? Not in the moment. Yeah. How are we doing here? I kind of want to take a quick look at okay, these guys are out of work. I think we're going to start with a modest beginning over here. I want to come up over here. Now all this seems to be finished. Is it electrified? That's the $6 million question. We do need to get them working on that, and what we're going to do is a quick skate over to see whether this, oops, a shift. Right, we do need that electrified as well. Is everything electrified up here? Yeah, good. Oops. I'll set that up later on. What I will do, if this is all electrified, where this is set up, and what I can do, it's going to be a little bit risky, is that we find the, yeah, you might probably doing, okay, you should now be able to collect. Building needs rail connection. Okay, so what? It says building needs rail connection. It says it's got a rail connection there. Let's just check the signals. Okay, let me just try this side. Okay, for some reason that's connected to there, but this, do we have any power breaks in here? Right, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to look into this. Ah. Oh, great. That is not connected to that. So what I'm going to have to do, I really want to do this, but this is all part of the game. Oh, yeah, this isn't connected. So what we're going to have to do is come here, and then what we're going to have to do is demolish out this area here. Now this is going to be a little bit fiddly because demolishing a chunk of the train from here. Where are you? Oops, wrong place. Yeah, this is one of my least favorite aspects of doing this, is that we will have to come in and demolish that. The train should be able to get in here, pick up here, and leave again. Anyway, right, just one final check. On the 5th of December, we've got, just keep the game paused, looks like we've lost some crops from here. We've got a vehicle broken down over there. So we've got all the crops there, and we lost some crops there with the snow. And just one final check that I do want to do before we go. Show wear and tear, entire map. Okay, it looks like the building maintenance is under control. Entire map. So we've got 47 pages of vehicles. We've got a big garbage truck. Where are you? Can't see you in the snow. Okay, you might need a little bit of TLC, but more importantly now we've got to get into the habit of checking the trains and, more importantly, the helicopters. So it looks like we've got all our repair stuff under control, which is good. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.